Parallel People, Chapter 5, Comrade Charlton. Does this make me a human ambassador? Public speaking was never my strongest trait. Am I going to be understood, as a cynical version of human socialist society? Cupid shrugged, and I smiled as I knew at the end of the day we'd be okay. Screech! The wheels made that sound when rubber meets the road, and the sight that befell me was bizarre, to say the least. There was a single Siamese cat standing on the ground the way any cat would, and then the strangest thing happened. The Siamese looked at us, made eye contact with me, and smiled while waving. So, was I welcome, or was this more socialist manipulation? The Siamese ran over to us, like I'd just opened a bag full of treats. I opened the door, and Cupid poked his head out the door and sniffed. Yay, smells like home. And when the Siamese finally got to us and jumped aboard, "You must be the new folks. I'm Comrade Charlton. Welcome to Earth." I smiled, and the Siamese looked at Cupid, and they started to chitter the way the cats do when investigating something of interest. And then they both started to laugh as they both jumped down to the ground and started to wrestle. It was the cutest thing ever. Then, after a well-placed couple swats to Cupid, followed by a lick on the forehead, Comrade Charlton made his way over, and the greeting was unknown territory. My oh my, so you're a human. Don't get many of you around these parts. The pleasure is mine, and yours as well, I'm assuming. Welcome to Earth, at least my version. And he jumped into my lap, and I knew what to do. Where's the spot? Charlton smiled. My chin is, dumbass, like all cats. And we started to hysterically laugh. The world was getting stranger by the second. It was fine by me. Wow, okay, I get it. All cats are like this. Damn it, I always knew. Just never had the proof. And I scratched his chin and he started to purr. Then after a bit he nudged my hand with his head. It was the best thing, but I wouldn't dare tell that to Cupid. It's good to be here, Comrade. And you said you've seen humans before? He nodded, then jumped down to whisper meows into Cupid's ear. Then Cupid smacked Charlton right across the face, and they started to laugh again. Cats truly are lovable assholes. So I grabbed my duffel bag full of clothes and stuff for Cupid. Then I slid down the ladder and my feet firmly felt the earth for the first time in multiple eternities. And I looked at my reflection in the plane's chrome metal. The wrinkles of my face were looking a bit more noticeable than before. And my long graying blonde hair was pulled into a ponytail. My gold aviators was used for style and as well for sight. Coupled with my black Doc Martens and beige slacks with Hawaiian tropical shirt, I felt like I was on vacation. This was great. Hey, Slowpoke, come on, we got lots to show you. I smiled and picked up my duffel bag back up and strolled over to Charlton and Cupid. Do you guys get the zoomies in this world? Charlton. That was such a human way to respond. I'll take that as a yes. So, what's up with you guys? How do you even get here with a jet? A Cessna? What a human vehicle. It was, in fact, human. Well, as I'm sure Cupid said or you deduced on your own, we're interdimensional travels and equal part refugee. Our own world wasn't fit to live in, I hate to say. It had been heading down the wrong path for generations at this point. Charlton listened as I talked, then Cupid piped up. And this aloof man decided I was worthy of saving, and he was right. But like Charles said, our reality was doomed. Charlton sighed. You're not the first ones to say that. In our universe, all species exist in harmony. It isn't easy, and we have some revolutionaries trying to spread democracy. Not that it itself is wrong, but the collective is always and always will be more important than any one person or ideology. Death is never far away, but we try to keep it as far away as possible. Huh. So, Charlton, you're saying that democracy exists outside of humanity? It makes sense now that I'm thinking about it, but I would have never guessed. He nodded as we walked across the tarmac, and the humidity and temperature was perfect. So, as I'm sure Charles is wondering too, why does this world work? Charlton listened to Cupid's question and had to think, scrunching his little face and his whiskers twitched with deep contemplation. It works because everyone, or almost everyone, understands what's at stake if it all goes down the wrong path, as your world did. Fair assessment. So Cupid, what is your favorite cat food? Oh, that was easy. Charles' homemade food. He only gives me scraps because, in his words, I don't want to make you fat even though it would be cute. His heart is in the right spot, though. That was so insanely sweet and filled with delightful sass. Well, Charles, we'll all have to get a taste of your culinary prowess. I saluted with a simple two-finger salute. Aye, aye, El Capitan. Charlton picked up the pace a bit as we reached a building. It seemed to be the airport control tower, but the funny thing was it was only a few feet above my 6-foot height, too small for me to go into. Where should I go? Then Charlton realized the issue. Ah, I see. Let's go the other way, where we can all fit into. It sounded good to me. This truly was paradise.